What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about what could be a bombshell of a leak, and that is Darth Maul could be in Jedi Fallen Order 2. Now, we had just a few videos over the last several weeks. We've talked about Jedi Fallen Order 2, and it seems like maybe we're starting something. I'm just kidding. But in all honesty, this is enormous. This is something that, if it is true, that would be massive. It's not the first time we've heard about or know, like, the Darth Maul video game is basically what I'm trying to hint at, right? Like, we knew there was going to be a Darth Maul game that was canceled. I actually forgot about that. I talked a week or so ago about a General Grievous game that I'd love them to make it. Just, he's my favorite Star Wars character, and people had told me, well, hey, they were going to do a Darth Maul game. Why not? And I was like, gee, oh my god, I forgot about that Darth Maul game. But yeah, they're right. I think this makes a lot of sense. It fits in with Jedi Fallen Order. And again, this is a leak, so take it with a grain of salt. So I got the article here. We're going to read over it, but before I do that, really quickly, make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed. You guys have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. If you guys really like this content, I have a second channel. It's called Podcast Now Plus. I do just one video a day as opposed to many videos a day on this channel. The link for that is in the description below, okay? I do want to thank Pedro on Twitter for sending me this yet again. This comes from Gadget Crutches. So, although not 100% confirmed, the success of the former and Respawn clues have made it clear that there is a Jedi Fallen Order 2 in development. Yeah, absolutely. The good old Cal Kestis could continue a story in the new generation of consoles with a more refined formula and with a delivery of which details are beginning to arrive. A user who claims to have knowledge about the game and about other Star Wars projects has advanced information about Jedi Fallen Order 2. Darth Maul could be back. It has been on Reddit where the user Green Fat Potato, great name, has left clues of what is coming with this new game. The first thing he makes clear is that it has a fall 2022, target launch window, and that its managers are going to make sure that it makes the most of the Unreal Engine 5 that is released this year. Then, going into context and details of the game as such, he explained that the events take place immediately after the end of the first game. Apparently, in this sequel, the Inquisitors will make an appearance yet again, with special emphasis on one named Terrellian. It also indicates that Inferno Squad will make an appearance and that Darth Maul is trying to make some kind of cameo. In fact, they would be negotiating the participation of their actor Sam Witwer, amazing guy, amazing actor. It would not be unreasonable since the first one you visit the planet Dathomir. So, I mean, yeah, the Inquisitors are a big part of the first game. Dathomir is a big part of the first game. Darth Maul is alive at the time of this game. We know he makes it past Clone Wars, past Revenge of the Sith. He's freaking in Solo for whatever, just to kind of tie all that together. So Darth Maul is a big part, and I love it. I honestly do. I love their, ambition and their desire to make Darth Maul about as big of a part, not like a Darth Vader or even like a Palpatine kind of level, but like, hey, let's really elevate this character because he's so... I don't know, he's very well liked, but he's got so much more to him than what was at least first shown in The Phantom Menace, right? And the show did a really good job of fleshing that out more, and then how much more can we do? Like a cameo, I mean, yeah, we had some cameos in, Jedi Fallen Order. Would it be like that? Could we face him? I mean, my dear God, facing Darth Maul would be absolutely incredible. I do believe it. I think that it's still EA, but it's Respawn, obviously making it. I feel like the plan with some of these Star Wars games probably is, I don't know if it should be, but it probably is to connect it still with everything going on. And honestly, I mean, when you make a Star Wars game, you obviously have to make it fit in the lore. Okay, it can't be creating its own thing in the way that it's just making stuff up and it's like, oh, that completely contradicts what this thing did, right? Obviously can't do it. It's got to find its sweet spot, but I like the idea, me personally, I do like the idea of a lot of these things connecting, and it feels like, even though they probably aren't all part of the same, like, idea process where, like, the movies and the TV show and the games, like, all the executives say are sitting in a room and they're like, okay, we want to connect this part and this part and this part. It's not that. I think a lot of the TV shows, like with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, a lot of that stuff probably is where they're like, okay, this stuff is going to connect to that stuff. I think that is what's happening. The movies, obviously the sequel stuff had no connection to really anything, but the games well, they can really be all over the place. Now, obviously, Battlefront, the idea of what Battlefront is, at least multiplayer-wise, does make no sense, right? So obviously that doesn't have to connect. But a Fallen Order, I mean, yeah, they have an opportunity to say, hey, I mean, Darth Maul worked well in Clone Wars. We just saw him again in Clone Wars Season 7. He's in all these other things. Why not try to throw him in here? You know, even the first one with, like, Saw Gerrera, like, obviously being in Rogue One, putting him in here. He was already in animated shows, so it makes sense. I think this is it's a cool thing. And yeah, I don't necessarily think it's massively planned, but and if it's just a cameo, I actually would prefer, well, you got Darth Vader, you have the Inquisitors. I don't know how much further, right? Maybe you have Thrawn. I don't even know how far you'd want to take it. Could you bring Ahsoka in? You have a lot of options, really, for what you could do in that time period. It's why Clone Wars era, right after 3, before 4, like some of that stuff is some of the most interesting Star Wars history that you could try to like fill up with your games, your movies, your TV shows, because there's a lot of openness there and a lot of things can cross over and connect. I mean, you look at the Kenobi show and all that kind of stuff. So I really like this idea. I think that I don't know if this guy is like I don't like whether he's a prophet or whether he actually is like a leaker and knows what he's talking about. Funny enough, like I in a video on this channel predicted Darth Vader being in Jedi Fallen Order 1. So that was actually one of the things I guess I can give to my credit. But I mean, I was just spitballing, right? I think if you're spitballing the idea of what could happen in a Jedi Fallen Order 2, you could probably run into the idea of, do you bring Ahsoka in? Do you bring Darth Vader? I mean, Darth Vader I think has to kind of be in it again. Do you bring Darth Maul in? Like you could probably, you could probably walk yourself into a couple of these ideas. Who knows where the Kenobi show takes, Obi-Wan? Like, can he somehow? I don't think he would, but could he somehow be a part of it? So very interesting. I really hope it happens. And also, by the way, the release date thing. I mean that makes sense. It's hard because when you say things that are like generally perceived to be true or generally like just the public kind of thinks it as well, it's hard. It's odd because like you would think you would trust them more, but it's also like, well, maybe they're saying the obvious just to get you to believe them, right? Where it's like they are just making it up. I think a lot of us expect this game to be fall of 2022, right? 3 years after the first game. Coming out this year, I guess is still a possibility, but in all honesty, I mean, I personally do not believe it's coming out this year. I know maybe some people think that it could. I think next fall as well. Again, with these kind of things, they could be so obviously right that maybe he isn't a leaker, but also at the same time, maybe he does know some stuff. And so Darth Maul would be a very, very cool thing. And the release date, obviously, I was so impressed with Jedi Fallen Order, and I cannot wait to see anything on the second one. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think Darth Maul will be in it? Do you think they try to connect it with any other characters? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. Again, my second channel's name is Podcast Now Plus, if you guys want to support me over there as well. If we ever see anything, including leaks, including rumors on Jedi Fallen Order 2, I will for sure cover it on this channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all on the next video.